One Team Media.
We showed you what the GOAT was last year when we beat y'all 50-7.
Let's go! One team!
Relax, big boy.
One team, one podcast. One team, one podcast.
Team One Podcast?
One Team, One Podcast?
Yeah, they did a good job.
Really good job. Yeah.
Why is he so fat?
One team, one podcast. One team, one podcast. One team, one podcast.
Fat.
One team, one podcast.
One Team, One Podcast, back, episode 97. Full house tonight. We even have a dog.
Are the mics on?
I think you can hear.
I got no audio.
Yeah, but you it's on.
Okay.
So your mics are working.
Perfect.
I know. This is interesting.
This is bizarre.
So, full house. Matt, Zach, Jack, Alex. Jude is behind my ear, whispering sweet nothings.
97.
We have William and we have Sam, Sports Ball Sammy, fresh off of the World Series win.
Oh, I'm pumped. Go Braves.
Big time
Go
Braves fan right here. We even got mascot Ellie right here.
Ellie out and
getting
about.
some treats. So we appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Let us know in the chat if you can hear us okay. We changed up a new mixer as well, so I want to make sure Star Hill Stunners is in here right now. Cheers, mate.
Yeah,
Hey, you like that, mate?
We've had talks with Star Hill on the on Willie Bets before.
That's right. So we
Big hockey
appreciate
fan.
you guys for joining us. Please like and share if you can the stream. We would appreciate that. Hal, Ellie Mae, big Ellie Mae fan right here. Mascot Ellie, she's doing great. All right, so lots to cover tonight. I think what we wanted to do first was just talk about how bad of a beatdown this is going to be this weekend with Alabama.
Yeah, it's that 28.5 is looking like it's going to get broke. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
With
I
the
think the
depth we
28
have,
and a half
I think we got that.
it's not looking
in
hot.
danger.
I believe in my Tigers to cover that.
Without no DBs, no healthy anybody, it seems like, and it's hard to.
17.
First 17 is the
First
half.
half 17.
Yeah, Alabama's a lock.
I
there.
put 100 on 28 and a half and 100 on the 17.
I got 17 is pretty locked.
I think
But-
so,
What
too.
are you
But,
looking
I
at?
mean,
if
shit,
they hit
they might both
how much
be
are
a
you going
lock.
to make if they hit it?
Well, 100.
Yeah, 100.
100
If
for
you're
100.
if you're wondering who the British fella is
Yes.
that's talking right now.
Well, you got to put your
This
mic
is,
up a little bit. So,
this is our guy.
you
This
probably
is our
didn't
guy
hear
Alex.
Hello.
the cheeky Alex.
Alex, you're
Alex.
from Leicester, is that right?
I go to uni in Leicester. I'm from Cornwall, England.
Okay.
What
We'll
a
love
place
it.
to be.
He was giving us a few British words.
We're gonna get Alex to say a whole bunch of fun stuff for us later. I feel like I have to get our headphone level right. So okay, talk about Alabama.
Sure.
Talk about the week that is. We got a road trip planned, so let's talk about that while I fix our headphones.
Hey, while you do that, maybe
Go
fix the
for it.
camera,
Yeah.
too.
Fix the what?
Fix the camera while you're at it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
the one that's on top
we're,
of
we're crazy off center right there. Oh, now we got Jude in the shot. This is great.
This
But-
is essentially
No, I think LSU's only hope in this game is to have 5 turnovers to even keep it close. But having no healthy players and all our playmakers on defense, especially injured, Stingley, Ricks. I mean, it's the same thing we've had the last few weeks, but it's gonna be tough to really have any type of momentum against a healthy Alabama team who has to win out to make it to, well, not necessarily, but they need to win
Yeah, they
against
have to
LSU because they don't want to
Yeah.
risk losing in the SEC championship to be a 3-loss team. So
Yeah.
they're going to be fired up and ready to beat us. And last time we were in Tuscaloosa, we won. So that was 2 years ago. We're a long time removed from 2019. But we did win the last time we were in Tuscaloosa.
you don't think Nick Saban remembers that really clearly?
I'm
So-
positive.
All right, do you
Yeah.
want to take us back to the 2019
Yeah.
game while we're talking about it?
Donald Trump was in the stands.
He was.
We had no masks. It was
Left
gas
at
was
half.
like
Let's
$1.
go, Brandon.
Gas was like $1.50. So anyway, no, 2019. That game was by far the most hype game I've played in my career at LSU. It was not close. The atmosphere, walking into the stadium, they literally dropped us off in a crowd of 10,000 people. It was It was kind of intimidating, but kind of awesome because we immediately were juiced up the second we walked off the bus. They literally was like, all right, here you go. You're not going any further. And they tried to clear a path, but realistically, you're just walking into a mass of 10,000 people. And it was awesome. And Coach O's fired up. We're fired up. And we knew going into that game, we had a chip on our shoulder, and we knew the swagger we had. And we just, once the first quarter ticked off and offense, defense, it didn't matter. Everything was going right. Guys were making plays. The one that really sticks out to me is Patrick Queen's pick right before at the end of the second quarter, because I knew then, I was like, we're playing at a level that they're not going to be able to match tonight, and we never looked back. I can't remember the halftime score was like 33. Or no,
33-13.
33-13. Yeah,
Yeah, because the interception.
Yep.
And then you had Clyde.
I've talked to Chris Blair, voice of the Tigers, about this before.
Name drop.
Yeah, on another podcast. I'm sorry, but
need the reboot.
He was talking about not the interception, but the over the top. The pass to Clyde
right
at the end of the half,
which
perfectly drawn up play.
Right. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, we had so many things go right in that game. And obviously, there's that one, and then the one late in the game, 3rd and 9, where he catches it off his shoestrings, tiptoes for like 8 more yards. I still can't believe how he made that play. And then ran over the dude. Who was it? He's in the NFL now.
Trayvon
Diggs.
Yep.
Ran him over for 3 yards.
Diggs had a rough game that game.
Who's now, by the way, one of the better corners in the league.
Yes.
And Clyde ran him over. He was at the 6 or 7 yard mark. He didn't juke to go inside. He ran right through him for 3 more yards and got that first down. That's still one of the most memorable plays that I remember in my LSU career.
Yeah,
he became a legend that day.
The game Clyde had that day was just unreal. And not to mention the play with Jamar Chase, 1-on-1 with Diggs, and it was just like, okay, this is a man against boys. And like you said, it's funny that this guy is like one of the best corners in the league now.
He's leading the league.
He's
I think
like
seven or eight picks.
Wow.
He
It's like on pace to set the record.
7 or 8
something.
picks.
He's also given up the
That
most
just tells
yards
you how
though.
good Jamar is.
Like,
No kidding.
He's just an aggressive.
Jamar's on a different level right now.
Yeah. And so back to the recap of the game, I guess. The only play of the game that I felt like was an off play for us was when Stingley lined up and he looked over to get a call on the sidelines, and that was at the end of the game. It kind of
pissed.
It kind of kept him in the game, but that was the only play of the game where I felt like somebody on our team took a snap off, and it technically wasn't even a snap off. He was doing his job. He was trying to get a call.
Yeah.
And
you gave up a touchdown.
I was going to say,
game,
how was
so-
your game,
So
Zach?
you know.
How was your
I had
game?
a great game.
Yeah.
Outside of
Gave up a
one
touchdown.
punt.
How was
There was a
your
punt.
how was your
We
after
cheated.
the catch?
We cheated on the play, and you still gave up a touchdown.
Yeah, how many
No,
yards
no,
after
no.
catch?
He didn't cheat because he didn't rip him down. If Racy would have ripped him down by the face mask,
Grab
we
his
would have
face
cheated.
mask.
But basically, on my punt, I think it was
What was your net punting?
I think it was like 40. Oh no, because the punt return it was terrible.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
exactly.
That's
That's why I made it.
If he rips it down, it'd have been 44 or
you
45.
outkicked your coverage.
Okay.
Yeah,
kicked
kicked your coverage.
Hard to say that when he literally has his hands on him right when he catches the ball. But so basically, I'm gonna recap the play. I punted it was a decent punt. It was outside boundary, next to the sidelines. It was probably a 46 or a 47 yard punt. Racy was unguarded. They blitzed off that corner, and I saw it coming, so I just hurried up my punt, which I guess I shouldn't have because I didn't need to. The guy was so late, but I saw it out of my corner of my eye. Punted about 46 yards. It probably wasn't the best hang time, but I knew Racy was going to get there because he was unblocked. He did. I was correct.
Yeah.
But when he got there, instead of grabbing his body or lower legs, whatever, he grabbed him directly on the face mask. And what he should have done, it's already a penalty. He should have just ripped him down by his face mask and whatever, 15 yards, it is what it is. But instead of that, he tried to adjust from a face mask down to the body. And then in that process, he still had a hand on the face mask, and he spun him and threw him to the open field. And that's, once it's a big field return, you get slingshotted like that on a punt where I'm designed, the play on coverage is designed for us to tackle the guy in the boundary. As soon as he gets launched to the big field, it was over. He was way too fast.
So
He was
so
gone.
where
were
on
you?
that
What,
play?
you getting blocked?
If we got a replay of it,
We don't have a play.
There was about 4 guys blocking me on that play, and I ended
should
up
have queued
I
this
just
up.
dove
I
through
didn't even
them.
think about this.
I just dove through them like I don't even know. I don't even know.
By the way,
It was
I'm
bad.
down to just continue talking about 2019 the rest of this episode. So-
Well, we're
so,
going to talk a lot about 2019 in Alabama because our plan is Willie B over here is going to set up a table with a microphone, and it's going to say 2019 LSU football was the best team ever.
Correct.
Change my mind. and we're gonna have a lot
It
of
was
people.
the best team.
It was, and we're.
You better know every stat and statistic.
You better,
you better
your
school
job.
them with everything.
Your job in the
They'll be
next
like,
day is to
exactly.
like just research the hell
Or
out of
just spew non-facts at him and be like, nope, you're wrong.
it. No, yeah. And you just make up names of
Alternative
players.
Facts.
Yeah, if
Alternative
they like
facts.
start bringing up teams that you've never heard of, just be like, we had this punter named Jack Von Rosenberg. He was a
That's a
dog.
good start.
He was 45 years
That's
old.
a good start. That's funny.
All right, so before we're gonna get to the line of the game and all that, and sorry for Ellie Mae right here, but before we do that, we want to give a big shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Fred's in Tigerland has been a huge sponsor of ours. Fred's Cam right here is happening as we speak. There's he went for it right there. They're paying for us to go to Tuscaloosa and act a fool. So we appreciate Mark, Jason, all those guys over there. They have a whole bunch of guys that are going to be over there too for tailgating, and we're going to be meeting up with them this weekend. So we appreciate them for their sponsorship for us. Also, Glow Resources. Want to give a big shout out to Jareth Knockan over at Glow Resources. GlowResources.com. Big time staffing company over in Baton Rouge, downtown Baton Rouge. Check them out at glowresources.com. Complete employee solutions. So we appreciate those guys. One more for our first segment is River City's Total Maintenance. Lucas Ragusa, I talked to him a couple of times this week. He had some inside info for me, by the way. I don't know if we're going to talk about it on the show or not. I don't know.
Tea.
But also,
Tea and crumpets.
very busy right now because it's sweater weather right now. It's
sweater weather.
Sweater weather. They're checking out a whole bunch of heating units right now for River City's Total Maintenance. They're in the North Shore area, so check them out. Give Lucas a call. Very trustworthy company. So give him a call. We would appreciate that.
I always forget how cold 55 degrees is. I'm always like, man, I love 55
it's
degrees.
It's a different cold.
And then it comes around
because
and
it's
I'm
wet.
like, that's so cold.
Right.
It's a moist cold.
It's
It's a wet cold.
I hate
It's
a moist
humid.
cold.
If humidity is 100% and it's 50 degrees,
Yeah,
you're
it's just like, you're
freezing
just-
your nuts off.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, you're not.
like an ice pack.
Today was the first day I wore a hoodie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've been in shorts the whole time since I got here.
Okay, so you're from like
I'm
a
used to
different
it, but
area.
it's here. It rains all at once. In England, it rains all the fucking time.
Right.
It's like it is cold all the time. Like there's no break. Do you know what I mean?
We're just gonna.
All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. That's it.
Okay, we had a spillage over here.
We had a party
Oh,
foul.
my gosh.
No light.
Who did this shit?
Bunch of rookies. Who did this
We
shit?
need
That's a TikTok.
yeah, we
That's one of your favorite
Yeah.
TikToks.
go get
I
some paper
guarantee I'm
towels.
half the views on that.
Oh, probably.
So what I wanted to talk about was the line of this game.
This fucking table. This freaking table.
It messed you up.
Are you
Oh, yeah, I'm blaming the table.
Okay.
It moves. This microphone moves.
All right. Anyway. All right. Easy now. Take your tampon out. How about that? All right. So
He's calling you a woman.
the line is 28.5 for this game, full game, which is incredible for an LSU Alabama game. Never thought I'd see the day.
2 years removed from the national championship.
Yeah.
Like
But
how
it makes sense though when you think about how many players are out.
yes.
That's the real key is because Alabama is for the most part very healthy as
And-
a team, and we're
and
just
every
decimated.
hour there's another guy.
Yeah.
Before we came on here, Mason Smith apparently was in crutches,
Yep.
and they don't know if he's going to play. So you just add another guy to the list of guys who are already out, and we can go down the list. But like we were talking about before, like cornerbacks, top 3 cornerbacks are out. Stingley, Ricks, and now Flott
Yep.
are all out. So you're going to have McLaughlin, and you're going to have probably Evans is
Yep.
what we were talking about. Safeties, you have
I can't remember the
Burns.
Burns.
Yep.
and,
Ward is out,
Yep.
Sage Ryan.
That's
See.
it, Ryan.
and Sage Ryan's out. Is
I-
Ward
I
out?
think Ward's good.
Well, I think
Ward's
Ward's
playing?
Ward's
Okay.
playing. Yeah. But yeah, no. I mean, the
Oh
amount of
no, wait, no, that's not right. No, I think Coach O said that he'd be very surprised if Jay Ward plays.
Okay.
oh my goodness. So yeah,
Yeah.
never mind.
so
let's
just add-
make it 31.5.
I mean, yeah, your secondary is like completely depleted. Now
Well, the good
then you
news is
had
that Alabama,
Bugstrong goes in the transfer portal.
Right.
You have
He hasn't played in a few weeks, so like
No, he played against Ole Miss a lot.
Yeah.
I watched him in the
Oh.
first half.
Yeah.
You had to have a guy like Greg Penn
Greg Penn.
step up, but this is a guy that barely played at all. Greg Penn is
We
going
got
to
our
have to
first
start.
question. Oh, never mind. No, it's not a question. My bad.
Um,
Sorry, injuries
With all the
don't matter.
defensive schemes,
Just
injuries
terrible
don't,
planning.
don't matter. Just
Shut-
terrible
shut up.
planning.
Shut up. Get
I
out.
mean, no. Against
Get out.
Alabama, guys matter. Like, you need dudes. You need special talent.
The scheme
You
is
need your
elite.
best talent.
The scheme.
The scheme is elite.
Our scheme already had problems to begin with. As Coach O said the other
Police
day,
fault.
is that our schemes are too predictable. We noticed this in the 10th week of the season, that our schemes are too difficult.
How
have
much
to-
they're paying him for it to be too predictable? Come on.
Exactly.
And in 2019, our team was
17
healthy.
million.
In 2019, our team was healthy, and the score was closer than it actually was. Honestly, it was 46-41 on paper, but everybody was healthy, and that game was still
close.
Still close.
Right.
So that tells you how healthy of a team you need to beat Alabama, and we're just not there. And I might take the old
And I don't-
28 points there with
And
you.
I don't think this Alabama team is as good as that Alabama team.
No.
But
And
they
it's-
still have tons of dudes. Bryce Young, like you
it's
said.
still Alabama.
He's screwed.
Yeah, Bryce Young against this secondary is just going to be completely befuddled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's-
right.
Well, he has no tape on most of these guys. So.
Yeah, right.
That's a good point.
That is a great, very
how do they
positive
study film?
attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got the 28 and a half.
You're gonna have these kids step up, and I don't know what they're gonna have to. Well, I don't know who the best wide receiver for Alabama is, which I didn't do my research for Alabama, but that's because I hate Alabama. But
Is it Mechie?
I imagine, oh, that's right. So he's Canadian. Jude
Is
with
he
the fast
Canadian?
fact. I didn't know that.
How
But
about Jude facts.
those guys are going to be running
Somebody check
up
that.
and down the field with guys that are inexperienced. And
Sure. Oh.
I know we're going to play everything in front of you, keep everything in front, and try to keep the score down so we can hopefully get turnovers and whatnot. But it's going to be hard with the Alabama scheme and their offense. It's explosive.
Well, and then I could see them easily just manhandling us up front and dominating the lines of scrimmage on both sides to where we really can't do anything. I heard I hate dropping names on radio shows, but Hunt Palmer. I'm not the biggest Hunt Palmer fan either, but
You've made that known.
I have. So, but he said this on the radio today. He said every time he was trying to think of a reason to like give optimism for LSU, he keeps countering it with something better that Alabama does than LSU. And it's like, okay, so if say we can throw the ball against Alabama, we're not going to be able to run, and they're going to get pressure on us. So we probably won't be able to do that. And he's like, everything that he's coming up with, there's just like Alabama.
We must have something though. I would say Cade York. That's one position we've got.
So we
open.
got to get into
We
field
got
goal
one
range.
guy. We
Absolutely.
got one guy.
Come on, that's it.
So, well, here's my
Liquid
thing.
gold.
Liquid gold.
You want to beat this? You want to beat the spread?
Yeah.
Get to the 40.
Kick it every time.
Every time. Every time. First down. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Are you?
We're
getting
are
on the
we
board.
thinking like
That is the
9-6 final.
First down. Kick
Yeah.
it.
2011 part
yeah.
2.
9-6.
I'm saying
Yeah.
9-6.
9-6.
You know what you need for that to happen? You'd have to have a monsoon roll through,
Mhm.
and it'd be the sloppiest field ever, and about 8 turnovers on both sides
already
because
had
the
that.
ball and wind is so bad. But
Right. And then
Anyway.
Brian Thomas would have to Brian Robinson would have to like tear his ACL.
hey, don't say that. That's you don't like that.
I'm-
You're right though.
That's what
you're
would
right.
have to happen.
You're right. You're right. But
I'm not
um,
saying I wish for that,
something interesting about this game.
but I just want it to be said.
I don't know why Brian Thomas tearing ACL reminded me of this, but I do remember Robinson. Sorry,
That's my fault.
a scout from I think it was 2019 came to us before the season and was talking to guys about games they watch and whatnot. And basically, the scout was saying it wasn't like the full team thing, but it was enough players that word got around. But basically, when a scout watches film from the season in the SEC game, it's always that for either LSU or Alabama, they're turning on the first game as LSU Alabama.
They want to see
what you do against the
good
best
against good
against good.
Right.
And so that's something that is interesting. So some guys that do know this from last season or were in that conversation last year are going to show up because they've been told by NFL scouts, hey, look, the first game I'm going to put on is LSU Alabama. So it doesn't matter. If there's no other motivation.
You want me to counter this? You want me to counter this?
Uh-oh, here
Yeah,
we
go on.
I would like for you. To
I
counter
believe
that.
Alabama's probably heard the same thing.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. This is true. This is true.
And they, I think they smell blood in the water. and they see that we're really struggling, and this is the time to like, oh yeah, Coach O, the Roll Tide, what fuck you? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're about to
It's like
really
it's like a
put a pin in this
And,
one
and
right
for some
now.
reason in Tuscaloosa, that's been like a hot clip again. The Roll Tide, what fuck you thing has been like they've been up in this thing.
I should have bought us a
'Cause
whole bunch of the hats. I had a
I
whole bunch
know.
of hats made. We could have done them. We could have all
Yeah.
worn them. It would have been great.
that'd have been hilarious. But then we'd have taken them off after about the first quarter.
Eh.
Oh, we should have had Kerry Vincent on.
Yeah.
They never really
Oh,
forgot
that's true.
about it. They were mad.
They were mad.
They're
You
still
know what else
mad.
they were mad
Still
about?
mad.
are
They were
so
mad. Not only that, but they were also
The-
mad about the
after the game, the
Marcel
recruits.
Brooks and all those guys running to the
Oh,
recruits
yeah.
on the
I
other
remember
side.
that.
They were very upset about
And then
that.
Marcel Brooks.
Alex said, "This is not cheeky Alex, because cheeky Alex is
Yeah.
right over here.
Right here.
I'm trying to be optimistic for the game this Saturday, but at what point do we as LSU fans just get so fatigued to even looking forward to watching the game?"
Oh, you have the answer.
Go on.
I
Go
got
on. Here we go.
So if you're fatigued about looking forward to watching a game, I would not classify you as an LSU fan.
Oh,
fair,
ouch.
fair weather fans, we don't want them, man.
Yikes!
You're either with us or against us.
Wow.
You sound like one of those
Yeah.
Twitter guys. Those
I'm just saying.
hardcore Twitter guys. No fun police right
Yeah.
here.
I'm all
Fight like
about fun.
tigers.
If it-
I'm all about fun. Don't get me wrong.
You gotta
I
go
mean-
Tigers. If you're fatigued, just drink.
You put the F
There
you
you go.
up.
Hey,
You'll
I
get
like
into it,
that.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Just
you get
drink a lot, Alex.
Dutch courage. You know what I mean? You'll be putting 10 on
Liquid
LSU.
courage.
What is
Alex
this?
on Alex crime here.
Yeah.
Alex on Alex Crump. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm saying, one Alex
No,
to
but-
another, mate.
But William,
Just get on it.
you were just signaling to me this a second ago. So
It's
I'm
like the
just gonna-
Pelicans.
You just look. If you're fatigued about football, just look forward to basketball.
We're just watching this because it's on.
That's true.
Watch LSU. Watch the Pelicans, man. It's basketball season.
I mean, if you
That
really
is
want,
true.
just go pull up some Efton Reed highlights. Just go watch those. I don't know, light some candles.
We
you
should
know?
be a little joyous. We got 20 days until Thanksgiving, and then you got Christmas. This should cheer you up a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Real quick,
basically Christmas season.
what is everybody thankful for right now? Matt, go ahead.
Oh, are we done?
Thankful.
What are you thankful for?
I am thankful for our team
No,
of.
he's thankful for that old fashioned.
Yeah, I'm thankful for this team that we have for One Team One Podcast on Top Media. So check out ontop.fun. I just got the domain right. So we just put the website onto that domain. So I'm thankful for this team. Go ahead. Who next?
Zach, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for the 2019 season.
Jack,
You should have wore your ring.
I should have.
Jack, what are you thankful
Thankful
for?
for all of our loyal followers who have stuck with us through thick and thin.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? On Thanksgiving week, by the way,
The ones
Is-
before TikTok, too.
is our 100th episode,
100th
which we are going to
episode.
do a 100-hour podcast. And we're just going to take shifts.
Take shifts.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna coordinate. I want to coordinate that with Fred's and do that live at Fred's. So
We should look up.
we'll have like 6 people show
We
up.
should look up the world record longest podcast.
Oh, we should.
See if it's 100 hours.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Maybe dude, if we get in the Guinness Book of World Records,
We'll
I'll
just
be
go off the
thankful for
rails
that.
and just start reading
Uh-huh.
stuff off of conspiracies,
Like,
everything
yeah,
for
like
100
those-
straight hours.
Like
Alex, you're new
obvious-
to the team. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for being here, man. I'm happy to be
Ah,
here
we're
on my
happy
year
to have you.
abroad. You know what I mean?
All
You
right.
guys, so much fun.
He's
Yeah.
happy
Happy
for
to
that.
be here,
He's
man.
happy for that accent. It's gonna pull.
Oh, it's gonna pull so
Hell
many
yeah.
So
chicks.
how many girls have you pulled just the accent?
Just the accent's nothing else, mate. It's not my looks. You know what I mean? I just speak, and then people look at me. It's easy money.
So Jude,
I agree.
6 or 7 already.
Jude with the fast facts for me.
Yeah.
So Mike Russell, he's a founder of UK Podcasters Community.
Lovely.
36 hours nonstop. One person.
Easy.
36
We can do
hours.
that.
One person might be like a
course.
stipulation.
That is
Ah.
unbelievable. I couldn't even imagine sitting and
I
talking.
mean,
for
Zach,
we need to listen to that.
30
We
oh,
need
we
to
got-
listen to the
we got that.
30th hour and just hear it.
So this
Listen to
doesn't.
what-
Let's think about this though. This doesn't have to be. Does it have to be nonstop?
It was nonstop.
Non-stop.
Nonstop. He probably had snacks, food,
Yeah.
Adderall.
Right. But
maybe
Adderall.
So
Something
hear
else.
me out. So this is a
Something else.
podcast,
Couple
right?
of
So
nose
it's all,
beers.
it can be recorded. Does it have to be a live podcast?
I think it was all recorded, but it was nonstop. No, like it was. It said like non-edit. It was just rolling for 36
Wow.
hours.
Zach, could you do that about your LSU career? I feel like 36
Could I
hours.
talk for 36 hours about my LSU career?
2019.
I'd be
2019.
sick. Oh, for
probably.
2019,
It would be at
I would
least
have to dissect every game. I'd
Yeah.
have to look at all the like.
it would be at
I-
least 3 hours on the one play, the fake punt against Auburn. That would
Yeah.
be at
That's
least
for
3 hours
2018,
there.
Dick.
Oh yeah.
So 36-hour world record. I wonder what he talked about.
Ooh.
I wonder if it was like a single subject.
Yeah.
That would be
There's-
Oh, that would be
some kind of.
So
impressive.
if we could like talk about conspiracies, I would start like with one and then branch to the next and then that would be easy.
That
But then
would-
not for 36 hours.
No.
I could do that for like a 3-hour segment.
well,
but,
you're
like,
gonna have to do it for 100 hours.
That's true. Well, you got shifts. We got 7 people in here. We can knock it out. We
Uh-huh.
can just, Jude, we'll let
And
Jude
we're
monologue.
we're hiring.
We'll let
So-
Jude monologue about his SI sessions every Thursday for a few of them.
Yeah, now you can say that. You might be able to pull it off.
Jude, yeah.
might. Jude might.
This psycho over here might be able to do it.
We can put Jude in
Um,
the dark, close the door.
Okay, so back to this game.
Oh, I'm thankful for Matt betting on Ole Miss last weekend.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, I told you right where we want to
Yeah,
be.
Jude. No, just say it and I'll relay it. I'm like giving you my damn mic. You kidding me? Hurry it up. Oh, try to get poached by another show.
Snap.
Yeah, he didn't accept the offer.
Didn't accept the offer from who? Wait, say it, man.
Lloyd, old Lloyd over
No, I know,
there.
but no, but the,
Jordy
but
Collada
the
show.
people can't hear him. So
That's
say-
right.
say what
Jordy
I said.
Collada show tried to poach our guy. I like Jordy, so I had lunch with Jordy not too long ago.
Good guy, that Jordy.
Yeah, he is a good guy. He's one of our good friends. Does LSU show up to this game?
I think
Do
they
we-
do.
Like,
They
you
will
know,
show up.
Ole Miss. If we would have scored in that second drive and gone up 14-0, I
We
think
win
that
the game.
game's a little different.
We win.
I don't know if we win.
Oh, we don't win.
I
We
think the
don't
game
win.
is
Let's
different.
not get ahead of
We win.
ourselves.
Come on,
Hey,
come
The
on.
game's closer.
We
I think the
don't leave at
confidence
halftime.
confidence
We
level.
don't leave at halftime.
Yes.
Confirm. We don't
Yeah.
leave at halftime.
Confidence level is everything for this team, I think.
No,
And,
I think
like-
you made a really good point. We were 3 yards away from winning that game.
No, it's a different game though.
Uh,
I think that we're in it and like we're juiced up and all that like after a 14-0 lead.
Yeah.
But I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean,
We're gonna
you
come
win
in-
the toss, you take the ball,
Yeah,
right?
you take the ball, try to score.
Jesus,
Um,
can't give.
it's
them
gonna
the
be.
ball.
It's gonna be. The air is gonna be sucked out of the stadium. The first big play. Excuse me. It's gonna be electric for
yes.
Alabama. It's gonna be
Yeah.
electric
Sucked out
for
of
us.
our-
It's gonna be
Yeah,
sucked out of us.
exactly.
In the first big play. You know, Alabama is a big play team.
Yeah.
And so that's all. I mean, I don't know what the game plan is on defense. I haven't been up to practice, but I promise you, they're harping on don't give up the big play because that's
Keep
all
everything in
Alabama,
front of
that's
you.
all Alabama does. So the first big play, because it's gonna happen, unfortunately, it's gonna be tough. But it's a matter of can we score and can we score and keep up and get turnovers just like we did against Florida when we
Yeah.
upset them.
Well, you heard a lot about from Ed this week about letting it all out and like it, coming out maybe even with some trick plays and stuff like that. He didn't necessarily say that, but I think people were kind of intimating to that. Like Pete's opening up the playbook, stop being predictable. Predictable was like the big word the other day in the press conference, which is crazy to me. Like I can't believe that we're actually trying to self-scout ourselves at this point and we're realizing this now. Like what the hell has been happening? Like after UCLA, I think you
after
should
the
all
first half at UCLA.
it should be all hands on deck. Let's self-scout ourselves. What was the problem? And yes, you were predictable then.
Yeah.
So
A lot of it too. I mean, Max still is a young quarterback learning. Like Joe is in his. That's why I think
Yeah.
we're seamless. In 2019, Joe was in his 5th year. He was making calls and decisions on the field during games that maybe Max doesn't have the leash quite to do yet.
Yeah.
And that's a huge. People don't understand how important it is to have a 5th year quarterback in college football because you're working through growing pains with a younger guy. And I think Max Johnson is an SEC quarterback, but the problem is he doesn't have the experience of that Joe. He's 3 years away from Joe Burrow's experience.
Yeah,
which is
Absolutely.
kind of crazy to
He's
think.
got a weight off his shoulders, though. Isn't it Miles Brennan entered the transfer portal?
He did.
He has.
There you go.
He's
He was about to
there.
bring that up.
We were just about to bring it up, right?
So yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I don't know where Miles is going to go. I think Oklahoma State. That's what I was going to.
Oklahoma State would be fantastic.
I just remember he was flirting with going there.
He's going to go to an air raid place, obviously.
I don't think it's. I heard some people talking about Ole Miss. I don't think that's happening.
No, I don't think he'd go to Ole Miss. I don't think he'd want to play against
State could make some
LSU. I think he'd
So
rather
He
go
has 1 year of eligibility left.
Two.
two.
So,
Because he's going to get a medical
He's
red
got a
shirt and a COVID red
COVID
shirt.
year.
and a medical.
A medical. Okay.
Yep. It'll be interesting where he goes because they're immediately a contender. I'm telling you right now. And what's sad is he never got to really explore how good he could have been at LSU. We saw him he had 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, he did is come in. He throws for 11 touchdowns and 375 yards a game.
Yeah.
And I still shit on him last year. And I think that was. I mean, honestly, that was I.
No, I understand.
He only had the highest QBR in the SEC.
I know.
Okay.
I know. And I was
Just take him
hypercritical
fishing. That's what you've got to do.
on Miles last year.
You scapegoated him.
Well,
You skate.
well, I think yeah, I probably
Matt, all
did.
your point was that his stats were a little bit deceiving, but that doesn't mean he didn't play well.
Yeah.
No, I think it was more of like
People were saying he's elite, and I agree with you that he wasn't elite.
He wasn't elite, but he was
really
a good quarterback.
But I also
in his
expected
first 3 starts, those are really
he's not
good.
Bo Nix.
I expected more.
Fuck you.
We before we even came onto this podcast, we were talking about Mississippi State game, 2020 Mississippi State game, and my problems a lot of that game were about Miles Brennan, but not obviously the defense. The defense was the problem, and the whole year the defense was the problem. Bo Pelini was the problem.
Stop it.
No,
I was going to say Miles Brennan is transferring to Auburn. You're about to talk about 2020?
He's not transferring to Auburn.
Yeah,
he loves TJ Finley.
No.
Oh.
All right, so
Maybe Clemson.
Miles
Clemson
didn't
was
look
quarterback.
comfortable enough to me as a 4th-year guy in a program.
Are you just talking about that Mississippi State game?
I am, because I didn't feel
But
like
I mean, he was getting rocked.
He progressed tremendously.
I saw him run out of the pocket when he had no pressure. He was just seeing like when Sam Darnold talked about seeing ghosts that day on Monday Night Football. Same thing. I felt like he was seeing ghosts, and he just wasn't ready to play as I would have thought a 4th-year guy would have been ready to play.
You're a little rusty because you got to remember he didn't play. He had very few snaps leading into that first game.
I had a lot more expectations of him
which is understandable, but you got to remember Joe's 4th year, which that would have been Miles' 4th year. Joe's 4th year was 2018, and he had a good season, but he was not Joe Burrow.
Great.
Well,
He was not Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Remember Joe Burrow's first start was against Miami, and he throws for 140 yards. Granted, the offense wasn't as open as it was later on, but one of his biggest problems in that game and in the Southeastern game the next week was that he held the ball too long. And that was the same problem that Miles had, actually.
Yep.
So, I think that's actually a pretty common thing with guys in their first start is holding the ball too long. And he, against Missouri, he was slinging that shit.
I knew at that point. I knew I was.
Once he shook the, just the
and that was when he was
hurt. The pace of the game, right?
Yeah.
He was learning. He was getting comfortable. He was getting. You're right. You're actually right. Absolutely right. He was getting comfortable. He hadn't had he wasn't reacting in that moment. In the first game, he's more. What do I say? Like you say, he's too comfortable. He's sitting back there and observing, as opposed to against Missouri, you saw him reacting and making good throws. And that's how you always want to play football. You got to be a reactive player and act on instincts, and that's going to make you play better. And that's what Joe Burrow mastered in his last year at LSU, and that's why he looks so elite. But we're going to get back to the coaching search here soon, right?
No, yeah, but one last thing on Miles, I'll say this, and I think we know a little bit more to this situation too, but there's been a lot. Some people have been shitting on Miles Brennan transferring, going into the portal.
Saying what?
Saying that he's basically why would you do this now? And basically, are you quitting and all that? I'm not gonna say why, but there is some behind the scenes information that people aren't.
We believe he was asked to start, but he's not. He hasn't been practicing to the level of an SEC quarterback needs to play against.
Well, he wasn't
Alabama.
Medically cleared.
Yeah. Right, correct.
He wasn't
cleared.
He's
not cleared.
Well,
correct.
And I'll say this: Max is not 100% right now, and I think one of the issues that they're having is that if Max isn't 100%, what we don't want to do is we don't necessarily want to play Nussmeier.
Right.
We don't want to
lose his red shirt.
Yeah, you don't want to lose his red shirt.
Right.
So he's already played 4 games, correct?
3.
He's played 3.
So this would be the 4th.
So this would be the 4th that would blow his red shirt.
Yep.
No. You can play. You can
play 4.
You can play 4.
Right.
So ULM would play.
Okay.
But
so he doesn't play the ULM game. Big fucking
I'm
deal.
thinking that they were trying to push Miles into playing to either start or back up Max.
Yeah.
So Nuss didn't have to play.
Doesn't everybody get a free year this year?
No,
Still?
not this year.
No.
Last year.
Last year.
Okay, I thought they included it for this year.
No. So anybody that's shitting on Miles,
I don't know.
you don't know the entire situation. There was a little bit.
And you got to think from his perspective too. You have a new coach coming in now. Coach O's gone.
Right.
His coach was technically Les Miles.
Right.
So then you got Coach O who did like Miles.
Yeah.
But now you have a whole new guy, and it's well known in college football that new coaches want their guys. They want to recruit their players. They want to be able to take ownership of their players and say, "This is my guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy I recruited. I put him. I started him. I made the decision to have this guy. He's my guy."
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what's happened in that situation. That's why I think Miles made the decision that he made for himself.
Yeah.
No, I agree. All right, before we're gonna get to the coaching search, but before that we do that, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break. We're gonna reset here, and we'll talk about some coaching candidates because I'm sure that's what some of you guys want to hear. In the meantime, like and share if you can. We would appreciate that. We'll be right back with a little commercial break here.
Our humble beginnings in 1898, right here in England, Arkansas, hometown values were important 100 plus years ago. And although the building is a bit different, and there's a few more people in it, those same values drive us each and every day. Whether your hometown is Jacksonville, Dallas, New York, Denver, San Diego, Seattle, Dickinson, Daphne, or anywhere in between, we have your hometown branch right around the corner. You're here. Welcome home.
River City Total Maintenance is an air conditioning and heating company in South Louisiana. We've been in business since about 1980. It does start with the people. It starts with wanting to do the right thing the right way. The thing that makes our company different from the rest is our people. Whenever you have us into your home, we're going to treat you like family. We're going to do the things that it takes in order to earn your business on the front end and to deliver on the services that we provide on the back end. Whenever you have a problem, we're going to be there to answer the call. NOLAAC.com is our webpage. We have a lot of information about our company, about the employees of the company, and the services that we provide.
Right now is the time to get the vehicle of your dreams at Courtesy Buick GMC in Lafayette.
New vehicles are arriving daily by the truckload, but they're moving off our lot just as fast.
So stop by or go to courtesyautomotive.com. You can pre-order and secure the exact vehicle that you want.
Right now, get $7,500 off MSRP on a 2021 GMC Sierra or get a 2021 Buick Envision for only $28,988. Discover the experience at Courtesy Buick GMC in Lafayette.
Learn more at glowresources.com.
All right, we are back, and now you can see Jude's big ass right in front of the camera. Fred's cam is back. All right, what we wanted to do now is we wanted to kind of switch gears. We'll talk about the coaching search here. There's been, I think, some developments since the last time we've kind of talked on the coaching searches, and I can kind of tell you my thoughts, but like what. Do you have anything?
I mean, I'm a big Chris Peterson lean right now.
Are you really?
No.
So what's we got like it's like Tucker, Napier, Jimbo, and
big Mel
Lincoln
Tucker
Riley.
push this past week, huh?
Yeah,
It's been a Tucker.
Well, because they just beat Michigan.
Knowing Baton Rouge, the four guys that are the hot names now will not be the four guys that are the Final Four.
Right. Because of the fan.
Yes, the reaction or whatever.
Yep, it's
gonna
definitely weekly reaction.
Yep. Of those, I do like Lincoln Riley. I like Jimbo, but that's a equal move in terms of like A&M has money, Oklahoma has money, LSU we have money, but for either guy, whether it be Lincoln Riley or Jimbo Fisher, I think LSU has to be their dream job, or something has to be going on behind the scenes at either Oklahoma or Texas A&M for them to want to come to LSU. And LSU may be Jimbo's dream job. I don't know. I know he's been here before, but I just don't see. I think they're using LSU as leverage to maybe get more money from their university, which everybody.
How in the hell can Jimbo leverage Texas A&M to get any more than what he's getting?
Right.
I think this contract extension was, hey, when LSU calls, don't pick up the phone from A&M.
It's still going to happen. I mean, his buyout is a one-way buyout, if I'm not mistaken. Like it.
Well, he signed that contract, so I'm wondering if that one you're talking about with Woodward, maybe it got redone. Yeah, so you get the extension, so they're probably winning there.
No, his buyout is it's completely voidable unless he's fired.
Yeah, it's $95 million if A&M fires him.
Yeah,
A&M is
100% voidable though.
Wow.
Yeah, but anybody else comes and gets him, it's a $0 buyout.
So
like voidable, you mean if he wants to go somewhere else,
there's no
buyout.
He can just leave.
Yeah,
he's like a free agent.
And for what I know, we're gonna pay whoever it is $9 million a year.
I've heard 10 to 12.
I think it's going to be double digits, bro.
Wow.
I really do.
Wow.
At this point, I mean, hell.
I mean, unless we don't get the guy we want.
Ed was making what, 8?
Like 8.5.
We're paying a defensive line coach $8 million. No offense, but like,
sorry, Zach.
Sorry, Zach.
Hey, he got $17 million. He's riding off in the sun. I don't feel bad for him. I talked to him like 3 days ago.
Ed Orgeron is a success story.
How's he doing? Is he good?
I mean,
what's he saying?
For a guy that's in a tough position with all the negative press and things that have happened to him this year, he's surprisingly in an optimistic position.
Well,
and
is
he's
it
taking a year off?
Yeah.
He's taking a year off too. Well,
17 million. I'd be optimistic.
Yeah, right. I would too. You're right. Was it over 20?
Somebody asked
over
him
20
if
years.
he's going to
How long?
coach
17. Well, not over 20.
Not 20. It's like 10.
Like 10. Yeah.
10, yeah.
So it's like every other year he gets like $750,000 just for nothing. But I don't know if that gets canceled if he takes another job. I don't know what the rules are on that either.
Who would hire him?
I don't think
Do you
he's
know
going
what I mean?
He's.
I think he's the USC
not as a
coordinator and defensive line coach.
Yeah, he'd go back to USC. USC would take him back in a heartbeat.
And it's not. Yeah, he wouldn't be a head coach. I think
No,
it would be a or unless
recruiting coordinator, D line coach.
Or
That's
like
what he's.
Nichols would hire him as a head coach.
And it's not.
Okay, if he was the head coach of Nichols, that would be fucking awesome.
No, I'm telling you.
Or no, it would be Northwestern, wouldn't it?
No,
that's where he went to school.
It is.
No,
but,
yeah.
Well, he went there, and he's not going back there.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about, I'm just saying, if we're talking about Nichols,
right? But no, he'd go back to USC. He'd be definitely in the recruiting area. He'd actually join a bunch of our staff actually went to USC after 2019.
Tommy Robinson did.
Him. What was the guy that
Austin Thomas is back.
Tommy
He's
Robinson
back.
went to A&M.
Dadgummit, I can't think of the guy's name.
Will Stout went, and then he came back.
Yeah, he's with Bregman.
Bregman now. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So other coaches. So top 4. I think there's 4 that we can kind of separate a little bit. There might be some others.
Dabo.
Not Dabo. Fuck that shit. That ain't happening.
I don't think. We got a question. I don't think.
It's the first time I saw it.
Yeah. I don't think Scott Woodward would hire Riley. Scott Woodward wants a Saban type program leader, not a guy who may jump for the NFL job.
That's what Saban did.
So are you? So is that statement, Daniel? Are you saying that Jimbo is the Saban type? Is because Jimbo's not going to go to the NFL?
No, Riley.
Oh, I got it.
Riley
okay,
could go.
So
to
right,
the NFL.
I got you. And I guess I agree with that. I think Jimbo would be more inclined to stay in college.
Yeah, he would. Riley. Yeah, Riley. I think if Jerry Jones came down and like offered him, but all right. So if you're talking about hiring a guy for like $11 million. Like
Scott Woodward would hire the shit out of Lincoln Riley. Are we joking?
If
he's on the table, 100%.
I think it's going to happen like this. Daniel, you listen to this.
Here we go.
I think we are going to call Lincoln Riley, and we are going to say, "Here's the offer. It's $11 million, whatever it is. Funny money at this point. Like $11 million, jillion dollars. Do you want to take the job? Yes or no? You have 24 hours, like Michael Scott would say.
Sure.
24.
Yeah.
They always give an ultimatum.
You always give him an ultimatum. You have 24 hours. If you don't say
Every
yes,
single piece of paper will have the F word on it.
the F word. If you don't say yes, I'm moving on. So you only have 24. I think Scott is going to move that fast. If he doesn't do that, I think he moves on to Jimbo.
Yeah.
I think if Jimbo doesn't say yes, which I think he's very confident Jimbo would say yes. From all I'm hearing, Jimbo and Scott are like buddy, and that's going to happen. If he doesn't say yes, though, for whatever reason, say A&M ups the ante or whatever, then you move on to Mel Tucker or you move on to like a Billy Napier. From what I heard is Scott already called Saban to get his opinions on Tucker and Napier, both guys who are under his tree. And Saban gave him glowing remarks on both guys, obviously. And Scott and Saban are like buddies. So I think those are the four guys. I don't think
buddies, why don't we go for Saban?
I don't think it gets past Mel Tucker, though, to be honest with you.
And this is only during the podcast, because before the podcast, I disagreed and said no way. But because Scott Woodward was at A&M, I like Jimbo. I think Jimbo is a good fit because he's already been here.
Tell me more about that. Why you think he's a good fit, other than that he's been here?
So, if we're looking again, Lincoln Riley. I don't know who said that comment earlier. Lincoln Riley is a guy that probably has his sights set on the NFL. I bet his dream job is the Dallas Cowboys or a top 5 market team in the NFL.
Yeah.
So, but with Jimbo, there's no threat of that. He's going to go to LSU, which he's already been at, won a national championship at, and now he can set up LSU in the same way they did in 2003 under Saban whenever Jimbo was the defensive coordinator, right? Offensive coordinator. So I think pridefully Jimbo's going to say, you know what, I've already done it at LSU. A&M has never been done before. And I'm not saying A&M can't do it. What I'm saying is their best chance at doing it was last year when they went 10-1.
Right.
And this year, the next 5 years, however long Jimbo's here, his best chance of winning a national championship and repeating what they did here when it was him, Saban, and everybody else that was here in that same time.
Yeah.
His best chance of winning a national championship is at LSU. It's not A&M.
I agree.
And I think that's why I made that lot. The grind started gearing.
Started grinding.
No, I said it backwards on. Anyway, leave it alone. Leave it alone. I said it backwards. Anyway, Jimbo will come here. Jimbo will come here because he has a better chance of winning a national championship here than he does at A&M.
I agree with that.
Simple.
I think he could also recruit. He's tearing it up at A&M right now. Like, if he could bring his staff over here, I mean, I've said this a million times, and Sam, I'm pointing at Sam because he comes in my office and we talk about this stuff all the time in my office. And like, man, like they won a national championship with an imbecile in Les Miles and with a defensive line coach with Ed Ogeron. I think every good coach in the country knows this about LSU, and they know the kind of talent that we can get. And if you can just have some semblance of a staff that you can win a national championship or build a powerhouse, kind of like how Nick Saban was building before he left for the Dolphins.
And I didn't even finish what my trump card, I guess you will. Texas is going to join the SEC. So now Texas A&M has a rival SEC school in the state of Texas.
All right, this is something I hadn't thought about.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why the Jimbo to LSU thing makes a whole lot of sense.
Jimbo is a loser.
Dabo
has a better chance of winning than Jimbo.
I vehemently disagree with you. Why would you pick Dabo, who has never been to Baton Rouge? I mean, I'm not saying he can't win. He wins in South Carolina.
Should Jimbo come to LSU, that would make at least make it 2 consecutive coaches with whose voices I cannot understand on fucking TV half the time. That's a great one. Riley could end up with the Las Vegas Raiders. That's my prediction.
Oh, that makes some sense.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thing.
He doesn't have any wide receivers now.
With Riley in the NFL, is that like you can't. I feel like you can't be scared of hiring a coach because you're worried he could take a better job. Hire the best fucking guy.
And how much money? How much money are they going to pay these guys?
I would agree with you, but what happens if Riley comes here and LSU goes 11-1 or 10-2, and all of a sudden 3 NFL jobs open up, and you would be in a big pickle with recruiting,
Sure.
if you have a guy that comes here and he's one and done.
So you'd rather have?
I'd rather have a guy that I know.
You'd rather have a worse coach?
Really?
Jimbo's a worse coach. I think they're on equal standing.
No,
They're
no,
close.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying my principle is you hire the guy who you think is the best coach.
And I think Lincoln's the best coach.
Lincoln's the best coach on the board here, right?
Yep.
I think they're different because of the offensive.
Yeah.
So somebody gave me shit about this today at work because we talked about Jimbo all fucking day, and it was about I think that I have a bias against Jimbo because he was here before, and I remember him being here, and I remember a game specifically. This is kind of like my Miles Brennan game. I remember this game about Jimbo more than any, and it was 2006. We lost to Auburn 7-3. Sam. We had Jamarcus Russell.
Matt, that was 15 fucking years ago.
Matt,
exactly.
Jude wasn't alive.
Listen, this is my point about this, and this is it was a long time ago. It was 20.
Alex was in Leicester.
It was 2006.
Nah. Cornwall.
You were Cornwall.
Cornwall. Yeah, there you go.
I thought you said cornhole.
I thought you said Cornwall.
What's cornhole?
You don't know corn? Oh my god!
No, we don't play cornhole in England.
Do you want to come to
All right,
Tuscaloosa?
so listen.
Hey,
yeah,
let's go.
Just throw in the back of the truck.
Yeah. Put me on that table. That's all I need.
2006 Alabama, 15 years ago. This is your problem with Jimbo.
Auburn.
Same thing.
We lose 7-6, 7-3. Sorry, we only scored 3 points. We had Jamarcus Russell at quarterback,
Buster Davis,
Jacob Pester, Keelan Williams, Buster Davis, Early Doucette, Dwayne
Bowe.
I know the
team. Oh, he had a stacked team.
We were fucking loaded on offense. Yeah. The most conservative game plan I had ever seen, and it wasn't. I can't tell you that it was Les Miles then because I saw 2006 we would open it up a lot because we had an experienced quarterback in Jamarcus Russell, but that game we did not do it.
Hal Jubin just said a lot of people aren't over the 2006 Auburn game.
Exactly. And it was the early Doucette. It was the early Doucette pass interference game where he was interfered at the end of the game.
Yeah.
They threw the flag and then they picked up the flag and they waved it off.
I
like you wave it off. Like anyway.
So
but we scored 3 fucking points.
Hold on. Are we seriously going to say we don't want Jimbo?
It's not that I don't want him.
2006 game where he wasn't even the head coach.
This is what I'm concerned about.
15 years ago.
This is what I'm concerned about. And I saw a lot of fucking bad football with Kellen Mond, okay? I'm concerned
but
about
Mond sucks.
Listen, I'm concerned about a coach that is not going to evolve with the times offensively.
I see your point.
Even Nick Saban, for fuck's sake, he's evolved with the times. Like Nick Saban, in his soul, he would love to play defense and run the ball up the fucking middle all day long. He's even evolved and realized that he needed to have a better offensive game plan. I haven't seen that yet out of Jimbo Fisher.
He's not going to run the ball every play whenever he has like the lottery picks of the NFL draft on at wide receiver.
Here's another problem that I'm finding with Jimbo a little bit. All right, this is Texas A&M. This isn't LSU, so obviously things can change. I'm seeing that he's building a stacked recruiting class. Most of it is defensive line and offensive line.
I love that. Don't
he's shitty at skill positions.
Yeah, but
shitty at skill positions.
How much easier is it to recruit skill positions in Louisiana?
I agree. I just haven't seen it.
Okay,
here's
my things. I love how well he recruits defensive and offensive line. That's his biggest selling point for me.
Right,
and that's the biggest one. The second one is I think he's such a good quarterbacks coach. Think about some of the guys he's developed and turned into first-round picks. Kellen Mond, he turned into a third-round pick. Kellen Mond fucking sucks, and he turned him into a third-round pick. Isn't that unbelievable?
That's wild.
That's crazy.
I think it's wild that they picked him.
I agree. But it's you add it to the resume. EJ Manuel sucks. He was a first-round guy. Christian Ponder, first-round guy, sucks. Jameis I love Jameis Winston. I won't say anything bad about Jameis. But LASIK. He didn't even have Jameis during LASIK. So and he turned him into the first overall pick.
He had crab legs.
Won the damn championship with him.
He did have crab leg Jameis.
I don't know. I think
so
Jimbo's I don't think Jimbo's had the quarterback that he wants.
Well, that's to me.
I think he was gonna have that with Haynes King, and now he's got Calzada. I don't know how. I mean, Calzada's fine, but he's He's the backup.
So that's my difference between Jimbo and Lincoln Riley.
Yeah,
no. Lincoln Riley's going to
His
recruit the
offense is gonna
quarterbacks. He's going to
work with
recruit
anybody.
the quarterbacks.
You're right.
Either he's going to either recruit them or he's going to get them in the transfer portal because guys want to come play for him.
Honestly, that's
But
how
Jimbo
at
did
LSU,
recruit Haynes King.
At LSU,
But he didn't get to have him this year.
Right. At LSU, our winning formula is always getting a quarterback out of the transfer portal. Except the only one is Matt Flynn. I guess technically Matt Mock too.
We got the number one guy
what I'm saying is
next year.
Joe and Mettenberger, the most recent, we had a lot of success with transfer guys.
Yeah.
And our new formula is getting an experienced guy with a stacked team. And that's what Tom Brady did. Well, it's NFL, but you get what I'm saying. He knew the Tampa Bay Bucs defense was good. We have a stacked team, skilled players. You need a guy, 5th year, 4th year, whatever player, transfer from Ohio State, Clemson, whatever guy's backing up somebody, and that's how we're going to win. Because right now we're struggling. We have a hard time developing
this is a
quarterbacks.
good point. You know who?
We have a hard time developing
a really
quarterbacks.
good quarterback that's in transfer portal right now? Miles Brennan.
Anybody?
I think we should get him.
Yeah.
Let's go recruit him.
If we could
a fair
land
point.
him.
But we have a
Joe Burrow,
hard time developing quarterbacks.
Well, and now we're going to have so going into next year, you're going to have Max Johnson, Garrett Nussmeier, and Walker Howard, 3 guys in the quarterback room. Max, I think we've seen this year that I think we all had like big expectations for Max because of what we saw for Florida last year.
Right.
You did. Okay. Jude behind me is.
And I'm still high. That doesn't say I'm not high on Garrett Nussmeier. I think Garrett's a great player. It just
he's young.
He's young, exactly.
He'll be either a sophomore or a redshirt freshman.
Yep.
Next year, and it's tough to start in the SEC. But I mean, how many of those guys would transfer out if you went ahead and got a senior in the transfer portal?
I mean, they're gonna be. I'm gonna be pissed. You know, if I'm sitting there, second or third year player, and they get a 4th year, a senior Joe Burrow that comes and takes my job, I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, it happened to Justin McMillan, and Justin transferred to Tulane, but he
had a good couple.
Joe Burrow, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Joe Burrow came. What are you gonna? I mean, didn't see that coming. But
same time, Justin McMillan wasn't an SEC quarterback.
Yeah, not quite. I mean,
he was really.
He could scramble like an SEC quarterback.
Oh man, dude, he was fast. Mm-hmm. He might have ran a 4.3 40. He was so fast.
He was so fast.
Zach, what do you think goes into quarterback development? Like, what is LSU lacking? Whenever
Lincoln Riley.
Okay. Love that.
I'm just gonna shoot that. Yeah.
So it's a coaching thing.
It 100% is a coaching thing.
I mean, 100%. talk about Lincoln Riley with the transfers. Sure. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray.
Oh no! I mean, I said earlier, Lincoln Riley is the better coach in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like Jimbo.
I mean, defense is an issue. So obviously, Jimbo's got Mike Elko. Right. So if Mike Elko comes over, obviously you have a good defensive coordinator.
Well, we already have Durante.
Yeah, no Durante slander.
And I hate to say this, but Durante's gonna have to get another job.
Yeah,
dude, Tulane head coach.
Tulane head coach. Yeah. No, we don't have to worry about it. He'll get the Tulane.
He's gonna get an upgrade.
Head coaching.
He'll probably be head coach.
Yeah.
He's got a power 6
podcast is always available for Durante. Although he will have other offers. But
they won't offer him what we're offering.
Corey Raymond will stick around.
Corey Raymond,
no doubt.
Kevin Falk, and
Mickey Joseph.
I
think those 3 are going to stay no matter what.
Does Blake Baker have a case to stay at this point? I mean, he's developed the crap out of Damone Clark.
Yeah.
Is it? No. Wait, is it though?
He's
all
not.
right.
Damone. I don't know how much.
He's worked Damone from an undrafted guy. At the beginning of this year, Damone Clark was an undrafted guy.
How much does that go?
Now Damone Clark is like a 2nd round.
He's not.
I mean,
if
he keeps up at this pace, he's a 1st round.
He's now.
I actually put more of that on Bo Pelini.
Yeah.
I put more of that on Bo Pelini than anybody.
Sure.
I think Bo Pelini did not get these guys in the right position. They were flat-footed.
Sure, but Matt,
come on.
I don't want to talk too much.
So
about
does
Bo
Durante?
Pelini. No. But think back to the UCLA game. Did you think Damone Clark had a really good game against UCLA?
No. Isn't he leading the country?
And now has 100 tackles through 8 games.
Yeah.
And he's playing genuinely really well. It's not just like bullshit tackles.
No,
Alex brought up a good point.
What's that?
Semi-finals for the Buckus Awards.
Yep.
Yeah, just this week.
I mean,
Come
And
on.
he's got
stock
just as
is-
good a
he's
shot
there,
as
he's
anybody
up.
to win that.
He's
actually.
coming up.
How does a British guy know more about? I keep
know.
saying
Hey,
that.
it's all good,
I'm
man.
messing with you. But he knows more about football than like half LSU fans.
Right.
It's kind of
Exactly.
mind blowing. It's kind of
So-
that's a compliment to
Well,
you.
hey, I'm happy.
Let's ask him.
It's all
Let's
good.
ask him a question that we would ask somebody on
Backhanded
Twitter that
compliment.
would
Real quick,
know.
Alex,
Let's
you
see.
are going for sports journalism, right?
Absolutely, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get Alex to write some articles, and
Yeah.
One Team One Podcast is gonna start publishing some articles.
Absolutely. Be kind, guys. No tea in the river. Come on, help me out. Help me out.
Tea in the river.
That's the name of the.
Come on.
That's going to be the
No
name
poo
of
in
the
the
blog.
loop. Anyway,
Tea in the river. Yeah.
anyway, when did you start following LSU football?
LSU football. I can't lie. 2019.
Oh,
It's when I was applying to come here.
okay.
I was applying, winning the national title. I was like, I fucking come here. It looks amazing here.
Yeah.
This looks just the best.
Sorry.
It's
Got-
shitty.
And
this
then you
year,
got
right?
here.
Cancelled because of COVID. I'm sitting at home watching till 4:00 in the morning. LSU getting battered. I remember watching the Florida game, and it was fucking amazing. What was it? Cade York,
Yeah,
fucking
in the fog.
whips
Yeah.
his cock out. Like, come on, mate. Like, what you doing?
No, that was Zach.
Oh,
That was
fair
me. I was
play,
holding.
fair
I was
play.
holding.
Yeah.
I was holding his cock.
I'm not.
Continue.
So I mean, I'm here now, and it's
Liquid gold, baby.
Plug the sponsor. Bocock Cigars.
Shout out to
Bocock.
Velveeta.
Shout out to Bocock. Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
yeah, since 2019. Since then, I can't lie, a bit of a bandwagon, but I'm here. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
you're not a bandwagon. You didn't really follow college football until 2019, am I
Yeah,
correct?
that's when I was applying.
Yeah, so
No clue, mate.
Cecil.
Oh.
Cecil, baby.
Yeah, he's a felon.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Aren't we all?
Speaking of which, did you guys hear Henry Ruggs this week?
Oh, there we go. That's a hot
Let's
topic.
go.
That's a hot topic.
Yes.
156
I
mile an hour
don't want to
topic.
talk about Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, y'all been staying so
Let's
far away
talk
from
about the
Alabama
monkey.
today. Y'all talked about
Well,
Alabama.
like,
Why, God, Green
Do
Earth,
we want to talk about?
do
Do we want to talk about Henry Ruggs or do we want to talk about the monkey?
Let's
Monkey, we gotta go.
Monkey Gate.
Monkey.
Yeah,
If you haven't
prayers
heard
up-
about
prayers
this-
up for everybody involved in that accident. Ruggs going through a tough time, and obviously
All right.
innocent girl
Cut it. Monkey.
killed.
Monkey
And-
talk.
Yeah.
That's what
but-
monkey talk.
And she had a dog. Her dog
Her
in the
dog
car
died.
too.
Yep.
It's terrible.
Dog in the
Yeah.
car.
But speaking of
Ellie's
domestic
right here
pets,
sleeping.
we have a monkey story to talk about.
Monkey.
Yes,
Gate.
monkey.
Gate.
All right.
Monkey.
So
No. Let's start with the stripper's name. Pole assassin.
right. So
Dude, I'd pay for a lap dance right now. Without
I pulled up
The
Twitter.
monkey.
How much?
Yeah.
You know this went like wildfire.
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 On Twitter. I'm not even drunk.
No, I know. Trust me, you're not. You're not
Sure.
slurring.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
what
even
every
close.
drunk person says.
Sam was
That's a lie.
wasted last week.
You asked about
Um,
Jews and
Oh,
it got rough.
it was rough.
It was rough.
Well,
Your,
listen
no,
back
your
to
first Jew question was good, and then wait, no, never mind.
Anyway,
There's no
pole
such thing as a
assassin.
good
All right,
Jew
so
question.
Pole assassin.
I wake up to Twitter and I pull it up and it's just like pole assassin, monkey, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just like over and over and over, and I have to look up the story, and obviously it's Jeff Banks, the special teams coach. Yeah.
Who else?
Well, everybody knows the situation now.
They threw a Halloween party. It had like a maze for kids, and parents could drink at the party, right? And so it was like a whole big deal. Like a couple hundred people showed up, and they made sure to have this maze as far away from the monkey as possible. The monkey was apparently around the side of the house or in the back. Well, some kid, poor kid, ventured to the back, and I believe he stuck his hand in the cage and got lashed onto. And from what I know, they had to pry off this monkey.
Like who had to pry off?
I don't know who did it, but basically they had to pry this monkey's jaws off a kid's hand. And I don't know. I'm sure he needed stitches and
rabies shot.
Right. The stripper deleted all her social media because she was getting just lambasted on Instagram, Twitter, or something. I don't know, whatever.
It was a delay on her deleting all the social media because there is a video of her walking with her phone, talking about how this kid was walking in the wrong area, and then she shows the cage, and it says that the monkey was an emotional support animal. Do not stick your finger in the cage. It almost feels like she wrote the sign after the incident and was trying to make it look
who
like.
puts an emotional support animal in a fucking cage?
Right.
Like,
it's tough.
That's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Sounds like a wild animal.
Exactly.
Sounds like
yeah.
I'm good. Sounds like a wild animal.
So So then she deletes it after because she's starting to get
and
like.
then
hounded.
she gets ripped and then deletes everything. And I don't know what damage control, but that's the most like the original story of Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC was like, okay, that's cool, but like this is like the most SEC bidding thing. Like, you're coming to the SEC with that story.
Yeah,
bring it on. Like
yes,
that's an SEC story right there.
It is.
Kick out Vanderbilt for that one. So I love the story.
Her Springer vid is mildly entertaining. She was on Jerry Springer.
Oh, really?
As a pole dancer. This is years before.
As a pole assassin.
A pole assassin. Right,
Matt,
exactly.
You really did your research.
No, I knew this.
I did more research than him.
I knew this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I knew this. She was on Jerry Springer, and Jeff Banks he left his wife and his kids for this stripper.
Oh,
and
that doesn't sound good on air.
It was interesting. And he still does he still have his job?
I have no idea.
I don't think there's so apparently
Sarkeesian said that it's not a distraction at all in the locker room. My fucking ass.
Pole assassin is not a distraction.
And apparently I saw a couple people now people are like Twitter like detectives, and so they saw something where a Texas player last year said, "Damn, I want to get a pet monkey."
Oh god.
And another assistant coach for Texas replied to that and said, "Nah, you don't want that."
No.
And it wasn't Jeff Banks.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah, nah, bro, you don't want that.
That fucker will bite your hand.
Oh my goodness.
It's a kid's fault.
I think it was the kids. I think the kid instigated this.
It's the kid's fault.
I think the monkey probably was in the cage and the kid was fooling around, and now they're trying to like get some money out of this coach or whatever.
Now they're trying to get out of the pole assassin.
Well, she's probably got more than
she's got some TOB.
She makes more than the coach.
She has to. So her name's Pole Assassin.
She's got a lot of ones.
She should have a YouTube channel.
I wonder if the monkey had a little pole in his cage. Maybe.
Have you seen her routine?
He performs on the pole with her.
She has a routine where
the monkey is a stripper with her,
and they high five each other.
They high five each other.
Does the monkey take his clothes off or her?
Well, it's already naked.
It's already naked.
Is it her?
Can I pay just the
monkey never
or
has
do I have
clothes
to pay
on.
both of
Okay.
them?
The girl's got barely any clothes on.
Does the monkey have a thong like I can stuff some ones in?
No.
No.
The girl does.
Where do you? Yeah, how do you tip a monkey?
All right, so you had made a tweet earlier.
Oh, you're right.
Was it today or was it yesterday?
I think it was like 2 days ago.
It feels like it's today.
This whole week is just
it's been a
fucking
whirlwind
bullshit.
of
Yeah.
news.
Wow.
But it was about NFL.
So what? I can't even keep up. I mean, it's just mayhem.
The real NFL.
This
news.
week is just goddamn mayhem.
The
Yeah,
NFL Twitter. I think it was yesterday because that was when the
Could've
Aaron
been.
Rodgers news came out.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah. Right. So Aaron Rodgers, COVID. He
not
was
vaccinated.
Immunized.
He was immunized.
He never said he was vaccinated.
I thought about you whenever.
Big Cat had the best tweet today. He said
about coffee.
He said,
I'm
have you had
caffeinated.
any coffee? I'm caffeinated.
That's funny.
Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs.
What's
oh
the
my
deal with
God.
Aaron Rodgers saying he's immunized? Isn't there like a penalty? Like Big Cat tweeted out something about
NFL
No.
rules.
What Big Cat tweeted was bullshit.
That's bullshit?
He's a Bears fan. So
He's a Bears fan.
okay.
He wants
And his
wants
thing, he
Aaron
was saying,
Rodgers to be kicked out of the league.
He should forfeit his Super Bowl trophy. He should, he should only be able to keep his NFC Championship losses. Yeah, no, he was joking. But although I agree.
No, so
what else
he's
happened this
Rodgers to
week?
the Saints. Just gonna put that out there.
No,
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
He had NFL trade deadline. Michael Thomas announced that he's out for the rest of the year. Derrick Henry news.
Oh,
God damn!
I have Derrick Henry and Henry Ruggs on my fantasy.
And then you got Trevor Siemian topping Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Above all that.
What the fuck was
Nuts.
that?
What happened?
Dude, that game.
I was at the game.
That
was crazy.
Dude,
that
Zach,
game
were
was
you there?
unreal.
Zach,
Oh,
tell us about
wait,
it.
what happened to your mustache? Tell us the mustache
Oh,
story.
Here we
yeah.
go. Here we go. All right.
How much did you get paid?
I got paid. So I had a mustache. I was Freddie Mercury for Halloween. It's on my
Right.
Instagram.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You want to give your handle out?
no.
CR9.
The reason I said that is because I have good. For once in my life, I have good pictures of me being a Halloween costume. Because before that, I'm terrible at taking pictures. We actually have no real good photos from Ole Miss last week.
Right.
Or 2 weeks ago. Anyway,
Shocker.
facts. We
Your
need to
Snapchat
be
story
better
was
about
elite.
pictures. So I go to New Orleans. Winston gets hurt. Immediately, I'm in the upstairs getting we're getting drinks. I'm like, we should just leave because we're gonna lose. Nope, we win the game. Like and obviously I'm get a little toasty. I'm having a little too much fun. End up going to what's above the walk-ons in New Orleans is a VRC.
Yeah.
Shout out VRC, whatever.
Yep.
Get a little toasty there, running some friends, and then I end up walking to Bourbon Street, having a great time. I got a mustache. It is breathing. It looks good. Somebody.
It's alive.
It's alive. Somebody offers me like, hey man, I like your mustache. Man, I'll appreciate it, dude. I'll give you $500 to shave half of it. I'm like,
$500.
Bad. Okay. So I walked around Bourbon Street with half a shaved mustache, $500.
The dude gave you $500.
Yes.
You shave it
Who gave you
half
$500?
up the middle?
Right down the middle.
Why were you gonna say the outer?
No.
You didn't know who this guy was?
I'm not gonna. I know who he is now, but I'm not gonna say his name on air because it's kind of a.
Well, I feel like we all need to be friends with him.
All right, but anyway,
if he's rolling with 500.
So anyway, we walk in.
shave off
So here's
of.
the best part of the whole story, right? So we walk in. So he says
Wanna go to
this.
Alabama?
It's like he says this. We walk into. He says it's on my terms though. So we walk into a strip club, and he gets a stripper to shave my mustache.
Wow.
Was
then her monkey shows up.
Full circle.
Mustache assassin.
I got the pole assassin. I got the pole assassin's monkey. The pole assassin's monkey shaved my mustache. Just came full circle. That's actually not true. No, it was just a normal girl. Whatever.
Well,
gave me a little.
not a normal girl. A stripper.
Not a normal girl.
She might have been a dancer. She may not have been a dancer. I don't know. What happened? The important part is I didn't have any shaving cream or water, so I just raw dog shaved my mustache. It was crazy.
Yikes.
It was brutal.
No
but,
bumps or nothing.
Actually, I didn't have anything. Am I red? Is there redness?
No.
So I'm good.
Good for you.
Good for you. Credit to you.
I wasn't in there at first. It was more like, hey, on my terms, we're shaving this thing off, and so it is what it's. I actually didn't spend. I had a great time. I had a blast. I had a great time. Ooh, you know what, Jude? That's not a bad call. I'll buy it down to 27.5. How about that? What's that going to cost me?
27.5.
Yeah, if I bought it down to from 28.5 to 27.5.
I mean, it can't be that much. It's got to be what 130, 140, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so NFL news was fucking nuts. So, Odell Beckham to the Saints.
Wow.
Do we want to talk about that? I think that would
happen.
No, that's not
We need a quarterback.
Yeah,
quarterback.
I don't think he's coming to the Saints because we don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
I saw a report they talked about it, couldn't reach a deal, and then I saw another report this morning that said he's not even a part of the Browns anymore. Like,
oh yeah, they 2
haven't
days in a
talked.
row they've excused him from practice. Yeah.
I mean, his dad is living in the Browns head coach rent free. His dad's posting 10-minute videos on YouTube of how open his son is.
Odell Beckham
Yeah,
Sr., bro.
nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Odell Beckham Sr. was a dog at LSU. by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There is a video. I think I posted it before. Jack, you probably remember this, but it was it might have been a Todd Kinchin punt return against Texas A&M.
Yeah.
There was a block by Odell Beckham Sr. He was a running back at the time. Completely blasted this dude. I'll have to repost that just because of this.
Yeah, do it.
Because he's in the news. But all right, so let's. I think we got to just wrap it up, huh? Wouldn't you say?
We don't want to talk about Bo Nix for a second.
No,
Auburn in control of their own
why do we
destiny,
need to talk
guys.
about Bo
And this has been a
Nix?
sad-
We're not talking about Bo Nix.
You're going to be at Alabama.
Yeah.
In Auburn clothing.
Yeah, what's your plan?
What's your
I mean,
game
I'm
plan
watching
here?
the game. I don't know. I'm watching the game. I've
No,
told
what are
you
you gonna
100
do during
times.
the
Just
day?
wear
You're gonna-
Auburn gear at the whatever bar we're going to and be done with it.
Yeah,
Don't brag
trouble-
about Bo Nix.
Trouble will come
Don't
to
do
you.
that.
No, I think he wants to say he wants
Tell
to
me
go up
nice
with a
things
mic.
about Bo Nix.
Tell me
Oh.
nice things about Bo Nix.
I like that.
In an Auburn
say no.
So we got 2019 is the greatest team ever, and then we got tell me good things about Bo Nix. I like it. That's what
I think we have a good game
I
plan.
like that.
I think so too.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna talk a lot of shit, probably.
Yeah,
something like that.
This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Zach,
what I
you're
do.
really good at that.
I try.
Yeah.
It's for the TikTok.
Before we wrap up, we'll start with Jude. We're gonna get score predictions for this weekend.
Yes, please do.
Jude, what are we working with?
Jude, you guys say it on the mic.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be.
We're gonna kiss.
Frenchie.
It's gonna be a situation
Quickly.
where
Give him a
it's
5-second
gonna be
Frenchie.
52-14.
That covers.
52-14
That cover.
Alabama.
That covers.
Covers and then some.
No, it does
I'm
not cover.
I'm
That's
gonna
38.
38. It's
Yeah.
28.5.
28.5. You're good.
It covers for Bama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking about the good guys. Sorry.
I'm gonna say.
Thinking about
excuse
money.
us.
I'm gonna say 42-10.
42-10.
42-10.
Matt, what you think?
I'm thinking similar to last year. It'd be close to what Jude said, 52-17. Alabama.
Yeah.
Jackson?
I really think that them not having tape on our defensive players is going to be huge. And,
they got to pull up huddle
also,
accounts.
did you notice? Nobody noticed this. I didn't say a winner. I just said 42-10, and we all knew. That tells you how the night's going.
Obviously LSU, right?
Yeah, right. Of course.
I think the boys cover a nice little 55 to 28.
You're trying to do the math. You're trying to do the math.
Look at that. 40.
Wow,
Four
you're close
touchdowns.
there. No, that's 28. That's 27.
I'll be happy we get 4 touchdowns.
It's all going to be in the fourth quarter.
Oh,
so we got to
That's
stay
my
the
idea.
whole game.
Oh hell no!
Dude, it's gonna be cold in that stadium.
It will be. It's
The
gonna be
low
chilly.
is like 45.
All right.
I'm going. My chili be hotter.
41-14.
41-14.
Yeah.
That's a cover. It's a cover for the boys.
the Saints backfield.
Every
right now.
single one of us had a cover. Well, actually, never mind. Hold on. Sorry. We'll see.
Go on. Here we
I'm
go.
gonna go LSU 9, Alabama as many as they want. Probably 49.
49-9.
49-9.
3 field goals.
Sure.
Cade York,
York.
best
I'm
kicker
being
in the
maybe
country.
MVP.
If I'm being completely serious, I think Bama as many points as they want is a pretty good prediction. Actually.
Yes, I agree. William,
I'm rolling with 44-13. It's gonna be a fun game though. It's gonna be a fun 44-13
How can that be fun?
because we are going
you
to
haven't
be
seen it.
hammered. We're not gonna be anywhere near sober, but we're gonna have a good time. And shout out to Freds for
Freds
helping us
is
out with
hooking
this.
us up for sure. Trip to Tuscaloosa. We're leaving noon tomorrow.
Yep.
Is that what we're saying, right?
That's the plan.
Noon. We're gonna head there. We're gonna go out Friday night, and then we're gonna have a table set up on Saturday, and we're gonna be doing some interviews on Saturday too. So look out for us on social media. Also, go to our TikTok page, One Team One Pod on TikTok.
I think it's One Team One Pod at One Team One Pod.
At One Team One Pod.
Yep.
On TikTok. Blowing up on TikTok right now. So we're gonna try to get 1 million views this weekend for sure.
Just on one video.
Just on one video.
Yeah.
I think we had a cumulative of what, like 1.8?
And rising.
Yeah.
My
it's
goal is
going
to
up
get
now.
punched in
We
the
had to
face and
delete
have a
all our
lawsuit
last
open
week.
by Monday. That's my
So
plan.
yeah, Jack brings up a good point.
Our 4 best videos all had to come down.
Yep.
We had to delete all
our
these
4
videos.
best videos got deleted, and we still had a video get 700,000 views.
Do you feel like though that if we post videos and it's of Alabama fans being like fucking ridiculous, that we just don't take them down because fuck Alabama?
So what's the
We
worst that
don't,
could
I'm
happen?
not, don't take it down.
You don't take it
What's
down.
the worst that could happen? What's the
What are
worst
they
that
gonna
could
do?
No, they literally can't do anything.
No. And like
If we have video consent of them, right?
We'll get them to sign something. A document.
They have to
on
have
a- on a
consent?
iPhone. Who knows?
Is that right?
I don't know.
I'll have something up on my phone. He'll give me initials.
Or like a
That would be if they
verbal
sue
agreement.
us, right?
Yeah.
We could do
Zach,
a video
just get your
agreement
notes up.
after.
Do you know what I mean?
But like I found this out in Ole Miss. Drunk college age students seem to feel like whenever they're drinking, their actions don't have consequences until they sober up.
Exactly.
So we need to teach them a lesson and be like, look, you did this when you were drunk and you're still the same person when you're sober. Like
I
we're not
agree with
deleting
this.
this shit.
I like this.
I'm gonna
This
say
is a
I
life
give-
lesson.
I'm gonna before the video ends.
It might prevent a DUI.
Say
one day.
I give video consent to post this on TikTok. Done.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
Henry Ruggs wishes he would have interviewed. with us.
Oh no! All right, let's drop it. Log it out.
Cut it.
All right, guys. It has been One Team One Podcast.
We're logging out.